Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. You're not the type to lose your temper. Everyone who knows you knows that. You're the soft one, the level-headed one, the one who diffuses situations with a gentle smile, rather than igniting them with anger. But there is one thing that you will not tolerate. The disrespect of Arlecchino. You know a lot of people do not respect the Fatui, and especially someone like Arlecchino, who is morally ambiguous in ways. And you had not meant to eavesdrop, truly. You were just passing through a dimly lit hallway of the Fatui headquarters, heading toward your usual meeting point with Arlecchino. But then you heard them. A cluster of low-ranking Fatui officers, whispering like cowards in the shadows, their words dripping with venom. The knave? She doesn't care about anyone but herself. She'd kill any one of us if it suited her. She's a monster. No better than the rest of the Harbingers. Maybe even worse. Your vision narrows, and heat flares in your chest, searing away your usual patience, and you step into the room without thinking. I'd watch your mouth if I were you. And the conversation halts instantly. 3 pairs of startled eyes snap to you, their expressions shifting from smug confidence to uncertainty. You were not an officer, not someone with an official rank, but they knew you, and they knew who you were with. One of them scoffs, straightening his posture. Oh, and what are you gonna do about it? Cry to her? You smile, but it's not your usual soft, patient smile. It's sharp, dangerous. I don't think you understand who you're talking about. Arlecchino is not just some mindless killer. She's stronger than any of you pathetic little worms will ever be. She's fought harder, bled more, and carved her own path, while you all scurry around it in the shadows, too afraid to even say her name out loud, unless you think she won't hear. The room is silent, and you take a step forward, and the air around you shifts. Something dangerous, something fierce that none of them have ever seen in you before. She's the reason half of you still have your heads. She protects those under her command, even when they don't deserve it. So, unless you want to find out exactly what happens when someone really crosses her, I suggest you shut your mouth and remember your place. No one dares to respond, and the officer who had spoken first swallows hard, his confidence visibly cracking. The others exchange uneasy glances, shifting awkwardly under your glare, and you don't give them satisfaction of another word. With a final withering glance, you turn on your heel and stalk toward the exit. And that's when you notice her, leaning casually against the doorframe, arms crossed, eyes watching you with an expression that can only be described as stunned delight. Arlecchino. Heat rushes to your face. You hadn't realized she was there. The officers, now pale and visibly sweating, immediately straighten, as if bracing for death itself. Knave, one of them mumbles, eyes darting between you and her. Arlecchino barely acknowledges them. She's focused entirely on you, and the silence stretches, unbearably tense, until she chuckles, low, amused, and then, to your absolute mortification, she grins. Well, well, she murmurs, pushing off the doorframe and sauntering towards you. I didn't know you had that in you, mon trésor. You shift uncomfortably, the anger still simmering in your veins, but now it's mixed with something else. Something dangerous, thrilling, in the way she's looking at you. I couldn't stand them talking about you like that. you admit, voice quieter now. And she stops in front of you, tilting her head, her eyes gleaming with something wicked. You snapped. You threatened them, she says, almost herself. And the way she says it, like it was the hottest thing she's ever seen, makes your stomach flip. You clear your throat, trying to compose yourself. Well, someone had to put them in their place. She hums, pleased. Then in one swift movement, she closes the distance between you, her fingers tilting your chin up so you're forced to look at her. You're beautiful when you're angry, she murmurs, voice thick with amusement, and your breath catches. Arlie, before you can finish, she kisses you. It's not soft, not teasing. It's downright possessive, claiming, laced with a thrill of seeing a side of you she had not before. Her hand slides to the back of your neck, pulling you deeper into her warmth, and all the anger you'd felt melts away, replaced by something equally intense. And when she finally pulls back, her lips linger just inches from yours, her breath warm against your skin. Next time, let me watch from the start. You groan, shoving at her chest, and she laughs, catching your hand before you can pull away, pressing a kiss to your knuckles. And behind you, the officers are still frozen in horrified silence. It's not like they can leave their posts, but they certainly did not want to witness this either. Arlecchino glances at them, her usual smirk returning. I hope you all listen carefully, because my dear sweetheart here had to be the one to remind you of your place. Imagine what I would do if I heard you speaking like that again. The three men visibly pale, nodding stiffly. And you sigh, rubbing your temple as the two of you turn around and leave. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Immensely. You defending my honor like that? She says as she leans in again, lips brushing against your ear. You are fierce, passionate, and undeniably hot. Arlie, you don't just say that. She grins, linking her arm through yours. Come on, darling. Let's go before you decide to threaten someone else. You huff, but there is no real frustration behind it. Even as she teases, there is something else beneath that. Something proud and fond. And when she squeezes your hand gently as she leads you away, you know that she will not forget this any time soon.